Yeah. He did it with the assistance of Jimmy Hart. Hart opened the door, so to speak, on those ropes. He spread the ropes apart as Dundee was coming across the ring, and Dundee, instead of hitting the ropes and bouncing off, went right through down onto the floor. When he did get back into the ring, Sullivan hooked him down there and got him for the 3 count and wins it in 15 minutes, 28 seconds.
One, he should have never been out there on the floor, Hart contributing in there, and of course, he'll have a long, sad story to tell about how he had nothing to do with it. I never thought Billy was going to be able to get back in. They'd really been working on his back. I will give Sullivan credit for this. He didn't let him breathe. When he got in through there on that 9 count, he took it and got him down in that crab position and ended up with a 1, 2, 3. And not the short-rate Sullivan and Ferris, but kind of a stunner as the superstar and the Dream end up losing the Southern Tag titles. So we have new AWA champions, Kevin Sullivan, Wayne Ferris, and don't forget the credit that goes to Jimmy Hart, if that's the way you want to put it. We've got more wrestling. What was the time on that again?
15 minutes, 28 seconds.
15:28, and the win to Sullivan and Ferris, the new champs. Back in a moment after we take time out for this. Action in just a moment. Hey, I want to remind you, on the 10th, that's tomorrow, Campbellsville, Kentucky. Big action there. Thursday, May the 14th, Huntingsburg, Indiana. Now, let me tell you about a super card. I'll give you the entire card a little bit later because it is so big. I do want to remind you that it is going to contain a Southern Tag Team title match that will have Kevin Sullivan and Wayne Ferris, the new Southern Tag champs, defending against Bill Dundee and the Dream Machine.
That's pretty, boy. And look
Everybody
at this belt.
just saw it.
This belt that belongs to me and his belt belongs to him. We're the champs. That's all I got to say.
You are the champions. There's no doubt about that, but we saw it.
You know, Jimmy, you hold on to that belt because it says Southern on it, and I don't want anything to do with the South around my waist. I'm afraid it may rub off.
No time limit, no disqualification. Don't forget that, Kevin Sullivan. And it's going to be a match that'll have Terry Funk. By the way, I looked at that interview that your buddy sent in here, and we're not going to show it, Jimmy Hart. He's going against Jerry Lawler. It'll be settling up time, but we're not going to show the interview.
Well, that's cool, Lance. Let me tell you something, Lawler. Funk's coming after you with everything he has got in his body. He's been laying up there in that hospital bed, and, baby, he's coming back, and I feel so sorry for you. I feel so sorry for you for 2 things, man, for what you did to him, and it's payback time now, baby. And I promise you, you'll never make that trip to Louisville ever again.
Yeah, well, I can tell you one thing. If you're talking about what Funk continues to talk about, and after what we saw in there and what he said about Lawler in the interview, there wasn't anything intentional or anything else. Well, you know, Funk, I don't have to tell you about the whole thing. Just remember this, that it will be happening in the Louisville Gardens Tuesday night when that action gets underway with Jerry the King Lawler against Terry Funk. And in addition to that, that no time limit, no disqualification match for the Southern Tag Team titles. You folks just saw how the titles changed hand in there, and Dundee and the Dream are going to be after Ferris and Sullivan all Tuesday night. Be there.
Tag team match about to get underway. It'll be a 15-minute time limit match, and we've got Eddie Gilbert, Coco Ware stepping up onto the ring apron right now. Here come their opponents. The big guys out of Tombstone territory. They got their manager with them, and as soon as they make their way into the ring, we'll be ready with the official introductions for a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Introducing at a total of 427 pounds from Union City, Tennessee, Coco Ware, and from Lexington, Tennessee, Eddie Gilbert. Going against them, total weight 529 pounds with their manager, Jimmy Kent, the Bounty Hunters, Jerry and David Novak. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit, and the referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, the huge Bounty Hunters wrestling out of Tombstone territory. Their manager, Jimmy Kent, Eddie Gilbert, Coco Ware. I've been impressed always when I've seen these two guys together. Bell time, and here we go. Gilbert and Ware, it has really been interesting to watch them come along and progress in professional wrestling, Davey. They have great speed. They both are really fine, natural athletes, and wow. Big hip toss as David Novak, starting out for the Bounty Hunters, puts Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert says, okay, that's one for you. David fires him back off. Eddie Gilbert once again caught as Novak moved around, planted the hip, and look, Eddie Gilbert takes him back over. Coco giving a lot of support to Eddie in there. Jerry Novak, the bigger of the two bounty hunters, taking over. Gilbert, good move. Complain about the hair. Jimmy Kent strolling down the way, and the referee said, go back and sit down in your chair. Bounty hunters, former tag champions themselves, their rise to prominence was kind of as stunning as the loss of the title by Dundee and Dream today. Kent brought him out of Canada.
Yeah.
Brought him down here, and no, Dave and I, neither one. Nobody hardly had ever heard of the Bounty Hunter. And they won the championship and held it for quite some time. Big drop kick. He almost went over his head, Dave.
He was 6 feet off that mat. But he fired that drop kick at him.
Coco Ware with those spring steel legs fired in by David Jerry. He puts him down. Coco, Eddie Gilbert, firing another one. Big drop kick. David and Jerry have a little conference with Jimmy Kent. Slow the pace down and keep Coco's drop kick from kicking her brains out. Oh, Coco out of the way, and Jerry got his own partner. But Jerry Novak got him. Yeah, here's where that tremendous size and strength of Jerry Novak pays off. If he can slow you down and get you into his type of match, the Bounty Hunters count on that, leaning on their opponents. Tag out, David in, whip, backdrop. Coco bounces hard off the mat. David doesn't give him a chance. He storms in with that knee, and the referee saying, come on, let go of the rope. And Kent, cheap shot specialist, Eddie Gilbert coming around. He's ready to take Kent on right down there on the floor as Kent, while the referee was trying to get David back away from the ropes, took a cheap shot at Coco on the floor. This is manager's do-it-to-it day.
Yeah.
Big toss. Ooh. Jerry going for the abdominal grab on Coco Ware. He got a 1 count, but normally you can't get a pin out of a abdominal grab.
We're 4 minutes into the action.
Crowd trying to get Coco inspired. Elbow miss. Drop kick. Beauty. David scoots in without the tag, puts the knee on Coco, slows him down. His head slammed into the foot of David Novak, and there's Kent. Whoa! Bell! Jimmy Kent.
Mr. Kent disqualified, I think.
Disqualification on Jimmy Kent, and it's awarded to Eddie Gilbert and Coco Ware as Kent got up out of that chair. The referee apparently beat him back to the corner, Dave, and saw him come up out of it and hit Coco right in the back. And come on, Jimmy. No, you're not talking to me. No, not. Will you quit it? Now just get out of here. You're not going to make an interview. You don't have an interview here. What was the official time, Dave? Jimmy, will you get out of here?
4:32 was the time on it.
You can talk later. We're not going to talk right now. Listen, you just got a disqualification on you guys. Now get out of here. No, you're not going to talk to me now. Tell you what, let's do. Let's take a break right now, and we're going to be back. Will you...
Every time you hit the...
Hey, this, of course, is another continuing story that Jimmy Hart is now the manager.
Look at this, baby.
Yeah, well...
Right where it belongs,
yeah, I see
brother.
where it belongs. I understand that.
Look at this, Memphis. Look at this.
Yeah. You know, and I think it's all fitting that you should have it around your waist, too, because you were as much responsible for the upset win of Ferris and Sullivan as they were in there, and I know you've got
Shut up, Porky. Tell that big fat slob to shut up over there. I'm so sick of these people down here. I'm paying. Let me tell you something. I am on top of the world right now, baby, because did I not tell you? I said one of these days I'm going to be right back with the Southern Heavyweight Champions, and it couldn't please me more better because that big fat dream machine. You know what?